You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. We filmed this video on July 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're answering questions from subscribers. So if some of the questions people asked can't happen anymore, don't blame me. Just trying to get you guys content before I go out of town. LB So Wavy coming in. Also, if we didn't get to your question today, fix it, subscribe, and get on the next mailbag. I want Nick Richards on the Knicks. We won't have to give up much dealing with Charlotte, unlike Utah. Who are you giving up for Nick Richards, though? He cost $5 million. The Knicks don't want to hard cap themselves, so they have to give up somebody that makes $5 million. The only person on the Knicks that makes $5 million is Deuce McBride. Maybe you get a 3-team trade deal going, or maybe you add somebody else like Mitchell Robinson and you get another player back from Charlotte. But I've heard a lot of Knicks fans bring up the Nick Richards thing. It's a lot. The money makes it tough. This new CBA is a joke. It's ruining the NBA offseason. But adding Nick Richards is extremely tough to do. He makes $5 million. Nobody on the Knicks roster makes $6 million. So how do you get him? We're going to hard cap ourselves at the first apron for Nick Richards? I don't know, man. Leon Rose would have to get sticky with. I think it'd have to be a 3-team trade of some sorts. Brian Fitzgerald, what's up, man? Can we trade Mitch for Kessler, free up cap space, and fill out the roster to include another available big? No, because trading Mitch for Walker Kessler does not bring you below the salary cap. You're just not a tax team, and you're not in the aprons. You would still only have the taxpayer mid-level exception to sign somebody that starts at $5.2 million. You trade Mitch for Kessler, Mitch makes 14, Kessler makes close to 4. You'd free up $10 million in tax money, but you're still over the cap. You would have to be $10 million under the cap to sign someone $10 million. That's just not where the Knicks are right now with their current books. Rashad, what's up, family? Are OG and Mikal the top 2 wing defenders in the NBA? They're up there. They're up there. That's why you made the trade for them, because you're going to have to guard Boston. You're going to have to guard Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. I think Tatum, Brown, and Holiday are up there as well. When you talk about strictly a pair of wing defenders for the New York Knicks, pair of wing defenders for anybody in the NBA, yeah, I do think they're up there with anybody. Absolutely. And I think they might be the best. Maybe Brown and Tatum are better. Brown and Holiday are better. Maybe Brown, Tatum, and Holiday are better than OG and Mikal. But yeah, I would for sure say they're at the top of the list there. Question to the real ones watching. Is this Julius Randle's last season with the Knicks? He's got a player option for 2025-2026. He could accept that. He could decline that. I'm going to predict that he declines that and does not sign a contract extension this summer. It's going to be his last season with the Knicks. Let me know. Vernon, what's up, man? After the Bridges trades, how many firsts do we have realistic available to trade for a big? 2. You got 2. 2 tradable first-round picks right now. That's it. And do the Knicks want to trade those 2 first-round picks for a player right now? That's something that they're probably weighing. Johnson, in 3 years, what will happen to this roster? All the Nova boys' contracts will be up. Will the Knicks pay them all? Jalen Brunson is extending. Josh Hart's contract's not up in 3 years. DiVincenzo's is. I bet they bring him back. Josh Hart's extension starts this year. It was a 4-year extension. They're going to re-sign Bridges. You don't give up the control of 6 first-round picks if you're not going to re-sign him. Brunson for sure back. Bridges for sure back. Really strong belief that DiVincenzo's back. Randle, I don't know. Robinson, I don't know. But I think for the next 5 to 10 years, you can expect number 11 to be there, Bridges to be there, OG to be there, Hart to be there, and DiVincenzo to be there. That's your core, I think, for the foreseeable future. David Taylor, we need a big from the Rockets if we're taking Sengun for Randle. Sengun is the big. Sengun is the center. You could probably get... No, you don't need a big, because you would have Mitchell Robinson as your backup. Sengun plays center. And you could have Mitchell Robinson as your backup for 2 years. We talked about a trade idea of Randle for Alperen, Sengun. You'd probably be getting Dylan Brooks back in his $22 million. So it's the most likely trade that would look like is the Knicks either add 1 first-round pick or they get ballsy and they throw in 2 with Randle and Deuce, and you get Sengun and Dylan Brooks back. You don't need to also get a big because you're getting a big. Your starting center would be Alperen Sengun. Michael Vasquez. I think we are underplaying the insurance part. Talking about Deuce McBride's insurance at this point. If OG, Randle, JB, or Mitch gets hurt, Deuce's minutes double easily. Odds are one of those guys are getting hurt. Yeah, you could say that about anybody, but if one of those guys gets hurt, Hart's going to go in the starting lineup before Deuce. Dante DiVincenzo's going into the starting lineup before Deuce, and then Deuce is off the bench. I get what you're trying to say, and I do agree with it. Like, yes, if injuries happen, Deuce will be called upon to do more. Again, the only way I'm trading Deuce is if I can get a player that is just as impactful as him, that maybe plays another position that's a bigger need. It's really about it. Kolek should be your backup point guard this time next year. Dante DiVincenzo is your backup too at this point. I know Deuce is a really good player. That's why I would trade him for a really good player. Only 96 minutes to go around at that point guard and two guard spot. Brunson's getting 35 at minimum. So is Mikal Bridges. That means 26 minutes are left, but split between Deuce and Dante. There's just not all that much of a role here for Deuce if everybody is healthy. His minutes are going to get squeezed. But someone probably will get hurt. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Free, informative, entertaining updates every single day on your New York Knicks. So if that's what you're looking for, hit that sub button and help us get to 100,000 subscribers. Shipmaster Kyle, what do we do to get Kyle Lowry? I know that's your dream move. Dream move is kind of crazy to say Kyle Lowry is my dream move. Kyle Lowry is a player I want on this team for the veteran minimum. Like, if you can sign Kyle Lowry to the veteran minimum, you do it. You have to give him your taxpayer mid-level exception. You could do that as well. I would re-sign Precious Achiuwa, and then I would add Kyle Lowry to this team. Those would be my two next moves the Knicks should make. Luis, what do you think about getting Precious and push forward? I would love that. I would love to add Precious to this team. There's no reason not to re-sign Precious Achiuwa. You have his bird rights. You can pay him a pretty penny. And you can go over the cap to do it. I don't know what they're waiting for. I think another move could be coming via a trade. Gabriel, what's up, bro? Marsh, what do you think about the trade between the Knicks and Pistons from The Athletic? The Knicks are trying to win right now. Jay Ivey is not a win-now player. And I'm not giving up a pick and Deuce and Mitch for Jalen Duren and Jaden Ivey, who I don't even know if Jaden Ivey's an NBA player at this point. I loved him in the draft process. Knicks don't need Jaden Ivey. Like, you got a starting point guard. I think a veteran at that spot. And you got Tyler Kolek. Tyler Kolek in next year, maybe not in 2024, but in 2025, Tyler Kolek is going to be your Jalen Brunson backup. I don't think there's a need for Jaden Ivey at this point. Carl, what's up, man? Would you trade Randle, Mitch, Deuce, and picks for Lauri and Kessler? You only have 2 first-round picks. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no to that. Because I think you're giving up the best player in the trade. I think Randle's better than Lauri. I do. Jake, I know this is crazy, but would you give all the Knicks draft picks in McBride and Shake Milton for a superstar like Antetokounmpo? Yes. Levi's the best. Does Walker Kessler have a midi? Not really. A playmaking up and can he defend on the perimeter? He's a rim protector. He's 7'1". He's a rim protector. I think he has better touch around the rim than Mitchell Robinson. I also think his IQ is better than Mitch. And he's been more durable. And he's 22. He's going to get better. I think a great trade would be Walker Kessler. Rashad, just for fun, better defender, OG or Mikal? It's OG. I think OG Anunoby is the best wing defender in the NBA. You need somebody to guard a small forward. You need somebody to guard a power forward. I think OG Anunoby is the best in the NBA at it. I think he's the best one in the NBA at it. Grade Tom Thibodeau's tenure as the Knicks head coach so far. A, B, C, D, or F? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Vernon, Instead of traditional centers, any 6'10", 6'11" power forwards that could fill that role that are available? Not really. Not really. Free agency market kind of dried up pretty quick. It dried up pretty quick. I think the Knicks are looking for a trade. Supposedly interested in Nick Richards. Supposedly interested in Walker Kessler. Haven't heard much else besides that. Rashad, can you add Diate, Pacome Dadie, the rookie, to the Nets trade for Sharp Achiuwa? I don't think the Knicks would add Pacome Dadie to that trade. I think it would be a future second-round pick or multiple future second-round picks for Rashad. There's been some rumors out there that they try to add Day'Ron Sharpe to that trade, but nothing juicy and nothing too forward on that. Ryan, I have faith in the front office. They've earned it in a way I can't even articulate. A lot to love about what this front office has done. But let's not act like every move they've made has been perfect. Let's not act like every move they've made has been perfect. But 90% of them have. So I get you. I trust them too. Brian B. Hey, Marsh, do you think there's a strategy out there to sign Precious Achiuwa and wait until the trade deadline to target a center? Yeah. I think that's probably the most likely move at this point. We'll see if they re-sign Precious. They can do it. I'm not sure why they have not at this point. If you want to talk more Knicks, hit me up on social media at @MarshallGreen_, and let's go Knicks.